for Goa within the first half an hour. One centre back and one full back already changed. Here's Ayush. Rashid went in slightly late on Timur, but thankfully didn't make much of it. Now Bryson just unable to control that. Very unlike him.
Yeah, uncharacteristic of Bryson. Rashid was just a little late. Lapse of concentration by Bryson Fernandez. Cross with himself. Because from those positions he really is able to pick the ball up and drive forward, either down the line or cutting in. He's comfortable with both.
Seven individual goal scorers for East Bengal, 6 for Goa. Goals all over the park for both the teams. In fact, Kevin Sibi is the top scorer for East Bengal with 2. Borja and Drazic have 2 each for Goa. And Bipin also with a couple of goals already.
Yes, Sabil could credit Mohit Shabir for that second goal he scored.
Miguel Figuera going down. Too easy for the referee.
Well done by Sabil. Recycles it. Not too much in that.
Oh, incredible touch.
Amazing.
Now Bipin. Mahesh had made a run as well. As we look at this brilliant piece of control.
Yeah, players just naturally gifted are able to do that at will. He belongs to that category, does Miguel Figuera. Almost 35 minutes have flown past Fuller.
Just a slight drop in tempo over the last 10 minutes. The early nerves of the final are out of the way. Goa seem to have settled as well. Not as wasteful. Still haven't offered much going forward though. That's something that has to change. Ibusuki. Some excellent play once again by East Bengal. Love to see it. Crespo. Too easy. Now Miguel Figuera. Which way is he going to go? He goes Mahesh's way. Mahesh for the cutback. Just a little too weighty. That pass for Mahesh. He had to race against the touchline to put that ball in. Needed more purchase of that. Yeah, Figuera once again had both options. He decides to go outside to Mahesh. Mahesh also could have just maybe seen and scanned what his options were instead of going with the first time cut back. Who had covered ground by that time, but once again just a snapshot of what East Bengal are capable of once they get that man Figuera on the ball. And the line breaking pass right before that, so good to see. Rashid. And Rajas has escaped with that. Prabsukhan. This time his timing was perfect.
Yeah, does well to warm it up. Plugging the danger before it became bigger.
Again, good defending from Anwar Ali, just getting in front of Severio. Here's that earlier ball over the top and Prabhsukan coming out.
And you see Bryson was also just blocked off before Prabhsukan got to the ball, which shows very good intuitive defending as well from the red and gold. It's not just about what they do on the ball, what they do off the ball, remaining concentrated. So important in the final.
Ibusuki. Now Bipin. He's got Vasudhanta. Trying to set up Miguel with a little dink.
Good idea. Bipin versus Udanta, this time Udanta more than able of doing that to Bipin Singh, who wriggles off him and then tries to find the ball into the middle of the box.
Didn't need that much on that, Rashid.
Interesting pass.
Sangwan. Ayush. Looking for options and finding Borja. And now Bryson in space. It's a low ball and cleared away by Anwar.
Anwar switched on once again when it mattered the most. A good idea by Bryson, as we'll see. He picks the ball up. He had that option where Udanta was calling for it on the underlap. Anwar does well.
Crespo. Now he's demanding runners. Rakip waiting for the ball to bounce. Goa win it back.
Yeah, good hustle on the pitch from both sides. Akash Sang was not seen much down his side so far. It's mostly been down Goa's right. And you could see the crowd getting excited when the ball went to Akash's side, because they haven't seen many attacks from that side. And for all of FC East Bengal's dominance, I beg your pardon, still remains 0-0. It's not like they've had any clear-cut chances though.
Here's Borja. And now Drazic sends Rakip one way, but Rakip stays stuck to him, and another attack stopped by East Bengal's right back.
Yeah, you saw that little chop by Drazic. It's a signature move. It's led to David Timor taking a shot, as we'll see. Drazic one-on-one with Mark Rakip. You had Kevin Sabir doing very well to cover that position, and Timor eventually gets the shot over the bar.
It looks very neat for East Bengal at the back. A lot of confidence as well now coursing through the veins of the players. Spoke with Jai Gupta before the game, and he mentioned how the team is having some excellent training sessions, very tuned into Oscar Bruzon's demands from them.
Always helps when everyone's having fun while they're at it.
George also before the game just talking about how the message has been to enjoy the occasion, enjoy the final. For a long, long time, there was this sense that East Bengal were not enjoying their football, and that seems to slowly be going away, that dark cloud.
And for a change, the fans enjoying some good football. As you see Figueira gesturing to his players to make the run earlier, because he was ready to release the ball. A leader on the pitch. At the short time he's been at the club.
Nicely left. Here's Bryce. And brings in Udanta. Oh, it's not the first time that's happened on that side.
Yeah, Manolo Marquez this time decides to encourage instead of admonish. We saw that happening to Bryson earlier, and now Udanta, curse of the right hand side, had the foot order tonight, it seems.
Another fine flick from Ibusuki, and Bipin has escaped Udanta. He needs support in the box, and we'll have to go in reverse gear to wait for that support. In it finally comes Mahesh! Save.
That's a very, very good football. Just in a snapshot, once again from East Bengal, we've seen, and David Timor is frustrated because they know he could do better. Once again, Ibusuki doing excellently with that flick on to Bipin Singh, who then finds cross into the box. Mahesh Naurim, with good technique, tries to find Ritik Tiwari at the near post. Tiwari does well. On target, first shot on target for either side. He's so important, isn't he, for East Bengal?
Bipin sends it in. The man down in the box. Timor has quickly stood up though. Had to bounce back.
Yeah, we'll see what happened there to David Timor, expecting the foul from the referee, but good free kick, beg your pardon, corner routine from East Bengal. Doesn't seem to be much over there. Ooh, however, a little bit of a hand to the face.
Rakib sends Drazic down this time. Twice across their meeting, as it ended 0-0 at half-time between these two sides. Goa have the upper hand in the head-to-head. That's why this find is exciting, because there's almost always goals and entertainment when the Goas take on the red and golds. Chungnunga uses his right to send that in, way over Ibusuki.
Yeah, Billa, one of those 0-0s at half-time ended in a draw. The other one, in fact, was a win for East Bengal in the semi-final of the Super Cup in 2018 against FC Goa, due to scoring that goal.
Two minutes added on. Bryson had to release it then. Maybe use Severio for a 1-2. It's all a little delayed this time for Goa.
Yeah, he missed that one. The wall pass was on. Severio would have just cushioned it back into his path, and he could have continued his run.
Went almost past everyone.
Oh, mistake. Had Bryson been a little more switched on, he could have found the ball coming onto his chest. Sangwan this time with the raking pass, and Chungunga lets that go deliberately. Wonder if he knew that Bryson was lurking behind him to bounce onto any such opportunity.
Ibusuki over the top. Mahesh, but Sangwan was up to the task.
Yeah, the foot race. Sangwan and Mahesh. Sangwan winning that one. And how crucial was that? Because right at the stroke of halftime, the kind of finishing that Mahesh Naram is capable of, Sangwan did very well to marshal him stride for stride.
It's a great run though from the other wing all the way this side, but Sangwan's aware and he followed his man.
Yeah, absolutely. For the left back to then find himself on that side again, lets you know that that's a player making a decision for himself on the pitch, which is good to see. Not wedded to ironclad tactical.
Here's Miguel's ball. This could be problems for Goa, but then Ritik got onto it quickly, and that's half time. It was a fast start and a chaotic ending inside the box. Goa having to dig deep to protect that ball.
Dorji doing well.
And so just 0-0 between the two teams, but East Bengal's attack has looked better, more incisive. Sibi has been brilliant at the back for them, along with Anwar Ali. Miguel Figueira with his usual creative class that he's trying to sprinkle as Oscar Bruzon lets his staff know what he wants from the side and what needs to be said at halftime. As for Goa, this is a different kind of test for them. They come up against a confident East Bengal who want to win their first trophy under Oscar Bruzon. And Manolo Marquez already knows how troublesome it's been. Had to make a couple of changes at the back as well. All in all, the home team need to change the way they're going forward at halftime. It's 0-0 in this Super Cup final. So a big final between the last two winners of the Super Cup to win this edition. It all started with this wonderful delivery that just sailed over Severio's head.
Yeah, which could have given FC Goa an early lead, but then after that it was all East Bengal. This was almost an offside, but then you saw Bipin seeing in acres of space. Figueira decided to go himself. Could have given the lead to East Bengal early on.
And then the overloading, especially on this side. Ibusuki, Bipin and Miguel Figueira all combining to put so much pressure on Boris. That's one particular example of how good they were going on this side, trying to create openings for Mahesh Naram.
Yeah, we saw that time and time again, and this time as well, Figueira with his driving runs decides to give it to Mahesh, who had time to dally on the ball and scan his options, decides to go with the first time pass.
Ibusuki's flick-ons have been quite brilliant. Bipin escaping Udanta this time, and then had to in fact come back so that the cavalry could join in. Eventually did manage to find Mahesh, who tried to neatly place it, but hit Ritik from his first time effort.
Yeah, the decision making on the pitch has been good from East Bengal. So a corner right before halftime. FC Goa doing well to desperately throw themselves at the ball to make sure that they go into halftime at 0-0.
One shot on target that came from Mahesh from that cross from Bipin. Not too feisty, just the one yellow card. Boris is already off the pitch, in fact. Maybe was a big factor in getting him off early. But it's everything to play for as East Bengal and Goa stay at 0-0 at halftime.